Good morning everyone. In this video I'm going to analyze the live price action for EU and DXY to see what opportunities we may have today. You're going to see my strategy and my analysis, so if you're interested in those then please stick around. Okay, we're starting off here on the daily for this new week. We have EU on the top, DXY on the bottom. Now what's the daily showing us? Well, today we opened with a huge gap actually in price. So between Friday and today, massive gap in between here where price opened out. At the moment, we are quite bullish as well. We've gone above all of these highs overnight, taking the buy side liquidity from above this high here. Same things obviously happening on our inverse DXY. We're starting off very bearishly, blasted through previous daily low as we have the high here, blasted through the previous weekly high on EU, but we haven't quite reached previous weekly low on DXY, which means there's some divergence. The divergence is quite huge. From this high to this high is a higher high. From this low to this low is a higher low. So massive SMC divergence at this time. And yeah, we're starting off very bullish, but obviously this means we've jumped right back up into a premium, in my opinion. So we'll see what the lower time frame shows us. There's not loads to see here on the daily, but the most important fact is we've taken some buy side liquidity above here. We've got some SMC divergence, which may indicate obviously a pullback, and we have this massive gap, which is obviously a draw on price, like an imbalance, right? So let's go down to the 4 hour and see what that shows us. So on the 4 hour, we have that bearish leg that we was using for the last few weeks or whatever it was, few days, and we spiked below it, giving us that clearly now a false sense of lower low, right? From this high to this low, but we're back up into this leg here either way, and we have pretty much gone back up and nearly filled all of this imbalance that we left behind again, which is great to use as a POI. We've come above this high here, which is buy side liquidity. You can see from above this point here we are now retracting and we're having some bearish price action from it. We have an hour and a half-ish to close this candle, but it's looking like a high test, like a sweep of buy-side liquidity. Again, this is where that SMC divergence is, which means with us creating a lower high on DXY while creating a higher high on EU, it shows some weakness for EU. Now that may be to come down and fill this gap, come into this order block here. We'll see what happens there. But early signs of some weakness from this premium now, right? Because we're back into a premium of what this leg would have been, and just in price anyway. Even if we measure this as a new leg, right, from this low to this high, so previous weekly or previous daily low to this high here, we're in a premium. So yeah, for me, premium, SMC divergence indicating weakness, previous POI for on a higher time frame, okay, and plenty of buy side liquidity taken there. So that's what I see on the 4 hour. Clearly we did create a range here and some sort of support. Now we've broken above it. Is this going to be a new bullish leg or not, right? Once we pull back down to continue higher, we don't know. But for the time being, I'm getting a bearish bias, right? Counter to this bullish behavior here as a pullback to these price draws to a discount from all this buy side liquidity, with all of these confluences indicating to go bearish, at least for, you know, the London session. So that's all I care about. To put a bit of attention here on DXY, again, SMC divergence into a discount of this bullish leg here, right? So we had our bullish leg here on DXY because we had high highs and high lows, right? So you could see that DXY was still trending. Now we failed to break that high here and created some sort of bearish leg, bearish pullback, but we've come down, mitigated this imbalance POI here. Liquidity was swept here, which created a new high. So we could see this as a POI as well. It's possible support to a pullback, even if it's temporarily, to this order block POI here with imbalance. So that's what I see. That's why I would be trading or wanting to trade counter to this bullish momentum for that pullback. So let's go down to the hourly, see if that agrees. So zoomed out for the moment on the hourly, just so we can see these POIs. We obviously have a 1 hour order block here with imbalance, so I've noted the imbalance here because we spiked into it above these highs again for buy side liquidity with the SMC divergence. We have this 1 hour leg here, this 1 hour bullish leg here. We're in the premium of that leg, and we have our imbalance there, right? So obviously on our brokers, they may not allow for an actual gap. This may be filled, but either way, there's probably an imbalance there with a strong bullish candle, I'd imagine. So for me, this looks the exact same as the 4 hour. It's got all the same confluences, of course. We are having some bearish momentum at the moment, so the lower time frames may be breaking of structure soon, hopefully, for that trade. So we might have something to get into quite quickly this morning. We do have this 1 hour order block area here, which we may have to be aware of with imbalance, so could find some sort of support here. But I would imagine price is going to be drawn into this imbalance here at the equilibrium and discount. Same with DXY, right? Price usually likes to fill those imbalances in price. We're coming from a discount here. We've held these lows so far. We'll see how that goes. So I think everything's clear here. Continuation of exactly what we see on the 4 hour. So let's move on swiftly to the 15 minute and see what opportunities we may have for today. Right, so here on the 15 minute, we can see this current 15 minute candle's got a lot of bearish momentum. We've gone into, I guess, a 15 minute order block, but we was above Asia. We took that Asia buy side liquidity, mitigated this 1 hour POI here. And you can see into the London, we've got a lot of bearish momentum coming into the market right now. Obviously, I'm favoring shorts. We've got this sort of trend line sell side liquidity here, which leads up to this imbalance. So I think this momentum's great for a short. We may leave behind some sort of order block. I think I'm going to have a look at this on the M5, as we may be having an internal break of structure at the moment already. So we'll go down to the M5 in a moment. Some negatives for the short is obviously going to be the order blocks here on DXY, because we still do have that bearish structure on the M15 at the moment. We haven't exactly switched to a bullish one just yet. We've still got the high lows, high highs going on, and then lower low, lower high, lower low. But otherwise, given the high time frame confluences, I do like this bearish momentum we're seeing. So let's go down to the M5 and see if there's something a bit more clearer at the moment. Hopefully these do not stop that bearish and bullish momentum here. Okay, nice. This is something I like to see on the M5. Makes the break of structure look good. So at the moment, this is the most clear opportunity I can see, of course. M5 break of structure here. We've left behind order block with an imbalance quite clearly there. We've done the exact same, of course, over here on DXY with the same imbalance and order block left behind for us. Like I said, the more obvious points of support and negatives in the way are we still got this bullish order flow at the moment. This low here, don't know if we're going to respect it before pulling back. We haven't switched completely. If we break below this low, it'll look even better if we close below it. Same vice versa here on DXY. So I do like this so far. I would have loved maybe a different kind of sweep before the breakdown, but other than that, it looks great to me, given the high time frame confluences I mentioned earlier. So again, it can either continue and break this low and then give us some sort of possible corrective pullback to this area to continue lower, to go down to there, right? So it looks something like this. This is what I'll be looking for this morning. Stop loss just above the high and wherever you want to target, right? A possible inducement if we get a corrective pullback there as usual. So something like this I think would be great. You can use this bottom candle here, or if you wanted to filter it up a bit more to the last candle, which depends on your strategy. So we have that. This is a sell side liquidity trend line, which is great to target. We've taken the top of Asia. So the daily cycle, even though it didn't close out as much of a sweep, may be that we head towards the other side, but more so towards a discount and this price draw. Anything else other than this short, because I wouldn't be looking for longs at the moment, would just be a continuation of this price action. So if we get price, it does break down, you want to see this hold, then maybe it'll break down again and leave behind some sort of POI, and you get that breaker structure to pull back again to go down. That looks horrible, but either way, we break down below this low here maybe as another break of structure, and then pull back to another lower time frame order block or something. But this is my favorite at the moment. So that's everything. I hope you gained value from that. I hope I was clear. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.